We have some banger questions about May today, so make sure to comment down below to get featured in the next fucking video, and let's get started. Our first question today comes from, look, I don't know how to say her name, 9B. As a May main, how do you approach fast and in-your-face characters like Chip and Millia? I struggle a lot against them. Amazing video, by the way. Well, for one, I'm glad you enjoyed the video. For beating Millia players, you really need to understand their psychology, okay? Are via Millia like just wait around in the air waiting for you to like miss an anti-air and then punish you? Or are they the kind of Millia that just kind of dances around waiting for that chance to dash in 2K? Or are they just going full fucking gorilla and instant air dashing at you over and over in neutral? Because once you identify what kind of Millia they are and what they're thinking about in the moment, you can employ some very strong counter strategies. Like if they're just zipping around in the air, you can super jump at them and do a JD or an early JH, wait for them to land in 2H, or just fucking up dolphin at them. I don't know, bro, maybe it'll work. If they're just waiting around on the ground, you can use a bunch of feints, like you dash in, you dash out, you dash in, you do a 2P to like bait out an attack, you run in and you free K if you have meter. Don't do a meterless, trust me, bro, don't fall for it. Or you can run and grab, you can do an overshoot and grab to like a backdash. Basically your goal for that is to bait out the 2K and punish, or bait out a backdash and punish. Or if they're aggressively doing 2K, they're just like dash 2K, dash 2K, dash 2K. You can do backdash 5H, you can do 2K, you can do 2S. A lot of counter pokes should catch yourself since it's not disjointed. If they're hyper aggressive, just fucking air dashing. You need to get a read on their heights a little bit, but like if they're instant air dashing just normally at you, you do 5H. If they're super jumping at you, you do 2H or up dolphin. Or you can just 6P like a little baby. There's a lot of options. Oh, and for Chip, honestly, bro, I don't know. I don't want to give a bad answer here, so that's, yeah. But wait, hold on. Before we go to the next question, we need to talk about something. Basically, I want to coach your May. No matter what skill level you are, I'll be able to find some errors you're making in neutral, advantage, disadvantage, matchups, and just stuff like that. If you want to be the best May you can be, make sure to reach out to me on Discord or Twitter, or even just send me an email. I hope to hear from you guys soon. Now let's move on to our next question from Sloppy Pappy Incorporated. Can you make a video on May's most optimal high damage combos mid-screen and corner? Well, I actually already have a video on corner combos and it's pretty up to date overall, but here are some pretty interesting mid-screen combos you can try out. These are fairly new and I haven't used them much in game, but they've been shown to me in my Discord and they seem to have very good corner combo and overall good damage, but they're really fucking difficult, so good luck guys. Anyway, our next question comes from Dr. Pepper. I always struggle between choosing 2S and 5K in different situations, like after H Dolphin or even at round start. Can you give me a quick rundown of the benefits of using both in certain places? Now, I'm actually a really big fan of this question because it forced me to do some more research on 5K. Right now, one of my favorite places to use 5K is after doing the throw into the J2H safe jump, because normally you just get a 2S into a dolphin, which isn't super rewarding and gives you no knockdown, while 5K into 3K can be comboed in 2 and gives you a very nice knockdown to continue your pressure. And also if they block the 5K, you can theoretically get an unblockable setup where you dash in and grab them. Really broken, trust me guys. Also, her 5K is actually pretty active despite what I said in the main buffs video, sorry guys. This makes it pretty useful in the neutral against certain characters like Giovanna and Soul. Like for example against Soul, it's fast enough to counterpoke his 6S and his 2S if he dashes in and presses them both at the same timing. That's very helpful, and if he's waiting just to whiff punish, your 5K might be a bit harder to punish than say 2S or 5H, because the total duration isn't that high. And in the Giovanna matchups, one of the best ways for her to approach you is to do a sliding 5K, because there's a high chance of counter hitting you out of 5H or 2S, which are normally your best pokes in neutral. But since 5K is a bit faster than all of your normal buttons, you have a chance of counter hitting the 5K. Other than that though, I'm still experimenting with this move. I think it's a bit better than I actually thought it was initially. But our next banger question comes from Flynn Lens. Do you have any tips on timing the J2H off of grab? I struggle with it a lot. I often get mashed out of it or get DP'd because I do it too slowly, because I want a safe jump, or I get grabbed after doing it too quickly. Now this one's a struggle for a lot of people, okay? I'm gonna give you 2 tips here. Numero 1, make sure you do instant air dash frame perfect. Make sure that shit's air dashing the second you jump. And number 2, press your J2H right as the ring from your air dash disappears, and that'll time your safe jump perfectly every single fucking time. I swear to God. I'm gonna give your ass a bonus tip right here. If you're struggling with the cross-up J2H, take a micro step forward before jumping, because that one makes it almost guaranteed you're gonna cross up when you do the instant air dash J2H. I don't know why it doesn't always cross up, but usually it does. Granted, this does give them a Q to look out for, but usually you can still keep the same side if you really want to. Anyway, I hope that helps. Our next question comes from Kamerad asking, why do you Goldburst so much instead of saving it in case you need it later? Okay, riddle me this, Kamerad, okay? What if you Goldburst it out of somebody's string, then you immediately run up and do Orca Mix? What gives you a better dopamine hit than that shit, bro? Also, you don't need to burst if you don't get hit. That's why you use the Goldburst early. Truthfully though, it's kind of an addiction, bro. I love pressing Goldburst. I've made it my goal in my most recent matches, no more Goldbursting. I gotta hold back, bro. I keep losing matches for shitty Goldburst attempts. I'm getting bullied, goddammit, Cord. Leave me alone, it's okay. Look, Goldburst is a good short-term strategy, but in the long term, it's gonna cause you a lot of problems against good players. Even bad players can abuse it. Just don't do what I'm doing, okay? Trust me. Our next question, though, comes from Game Nerd asking, what do I do after I hit an S Dolphin? You know, it's a bit of a weird situation. It's basically still Dolphin RPS, but you're at a different distance and you're -2. Now, first of all, if your friend burst after getting hit by a fucking S Dolphin, send them this gift to bully them. But secondly, it all depends on what character you're fighting, as well as what options they prefer to use. For example, if Kai likes to press / after getting hit by Dolphin, you can do a 2S and get a counter hit combo, even though it doesn't really give you anything extra. If they're a backdash enjoyer, you can just Dolphin them again. If they like to jump, you can up Dolphin, or you can just air throw, you can jump at them. You can also just backdash and react to whatever they do and try and punish it afterwards. There's a lot of options really, it all comes down to what the opponent likes to press. Okay, I know that wasn't a very descriptive answer, but I hope that helps. Our next question comes from the man, the myth, the legend, Felix Onigiri. What is the benefit of close slash juggling and combos other than looking really funny? Been trying it, but never committed to getting the timing down consistently. Yeah, it normally adds more damage, just there's no, in my opinion, reason to do it more than like twice in a combo unless you're trying to be kind of a funny man. It can also be used to set up a better height to hit up Dolphin at, because generally if you hit it at the peak but before it goes down, then your safe jump is going to be better. So sometimes juggles can help you set that up. But most importantly, CS juggles allow you to set up the Yomi resets. Look, trust me guys, I don't know if you're using them, but they're really broken. Watch the video on it. Trust me, they're broken. Just they're worth using. Oh, and I recommend trying out the Kablow It Challenge. Here's the code. I'm not going to spoil it. You guys can try it and let me know down in the comments how it went. Our next question today comes from James Martinez. How do I get better at trading in the air? Because if I jump up second, I find myself losing way too much in the air. This one, again, it depends a lot on the matchup. I know I've been saying that a lot in this video. If you're fighting Kai, I really don't recommend jumping much second, because his aerials are just straight up faster than yours, and his JK is really strong in particular. Just, you don't want to fuck with that. You need to be jumping second with a purpose, because Mei's disadvantage in the air is that her aerials are just a little slower compared to the opponent's usually. In general, if you're going to jump second, make sure you're jumping with a JP or a JK, and not really any other button except for maybe JD, but the idea is that you want to counter hit a H button with a P button or a K button. The conversion isn't very strong off of it, but it's a good way of mixing up your anti-airs and just keeping your opponent on their toes in general. You want to get into the air before your opponent does, because that's when your aerials get to feel their advantage the most in range, in speed, and power. It's great. But that's all I got for you guys today. I may have missed a few questions, but it's kind of just because I don't know the answer to them usually. But yeah, I hope you learned something interesting. Consider contacting me for coaching. Also subscribe. Good day guys. Bye bye.